Code Club is a nationwide network of volunteer-led after-school coding clubs for children aged roughly 9 to 11. We write all our own projects and we give them to programmer volunteers who then go to their local primary school and run a 1-hour code club once a week. I think there's a lot of excitement from children about learning to program and realising that it's a creative tool that they can use to make their dreams come true in a very grand sort of a way. But that's an exciting thing. Learning to use a new tool is exciting. And then what we found is that our volunteers say that the children ask them a lot about their jobs as well, which is a kind of really lovely side effect. Considering they're only 9 to 11, that's a nice sort of soft touch effect, I think. I used to think that it delivered programming knowledge, but I actually think it's sort of broader than that now. I think it's that it delivers programming knowledge in a fun way, that it empowers children to bring their imaginations to life, again, very grand, but it's nice and broad, and also that it gives children a contact point with industry, which unfortunately, money and jobs exist, it's the way of the world, but there are ways in which you can live your life doing jobs that you really enjoy, and I think programming is one of those skills that you can learn that will help you in your future career. Code Club Pro had been an idea that had been forming for a little while. 45% of our after-school club volunteers are actually teachers from within the school. Now, whilst they might not have vast amounts of programming knowledge themselves, what they do have is confidence about how to run a club and manage children, and that's a really good combination. But what we were getting was a lot of feedback from teachers saying, please can you come and run Code Club for teachers so that we can learn as well. And obviously that's not all teachers. there's a spectrum of like how engaged teachers are with realizing that this is a skill they're going to have to pass on to their children. But the teachers that are engaged are the ones that give their children the biggest advantage. So we decided that we would make it more formal and we would launch Code Club Pro, where we use computing experts. The majority of them are the same people that volunteer to run our clubs, and we would actually pay them to go and train teachers, just to give them enough knowledge, not all the knowledge in the world, you can't possibly do that in the amount of time that a teacher has to spare, which is practically none, to go and give them just enough knowledge and confidence to carry on researching for themselves, but to start including computing concepts within their classes. So we're not asking them to run an entire hour's class and fit another class into their school day. We're asking them to think about how they can teach computational thinking within art and history, for example. So we're trying to spread it across all different areas of the curriculum. I've never actually done the blank sheet of paper exercise, partly because that just would never happen. So you have to work with what's already there. Funding gets less and less all the time. So, and you're already working with a foundation. And actually, I think it's about using the infrastructure that's already there without putting too much pressure on teachers to fix all the problems. I think funding teacher training is probably the most critical thing that we can do, and more funding for schools. It's the most critical thing that we can do from all areas, from like careers awareness through to like genuine, through to actual skills that get passed on and taught by teachers. It's the most important thing. I think that it's important that children gain digital skills, but we should also think about what kind of digital skills. In the group that I was in, it was pointed out, the first point that was made is that digital skills is a wide spectrum, from being a programmer and an engineer all the way through to utilizing social media in a productive way for business and managing reputations. So there's a huge spectrum of skills there, and obviously they can benefit you in varying different levels across different careers. So some are more restrictive and some are more wide open, but I think that burying your head in the sand and pretending that learning anything vaguely digital is not going to help you in the future is pretty crazy. And as a country, we should be embracing that and teaching it on as many levels as we possibly can.